What's going on, guys? Zanksbeck here with another video, and this video we're going to be talking about Zoom. So pretty much over the first two episodes of The Flash, we know that there's a big bad coming this season, just as it was last season, which was the Reverse Flash. But this season, it's a guy called Zoom. He comes from Earth 2, and he's pretty badass. So I want to talk about who is a potential person that could be Zoom that we know. So a quick disclaimer, no one except the people who actually writes and produces The Flash know who Zoom actually is. Therefore, this video is strictly me discussing possible characters who could turn into Zoom, or in other words, this video is my top 5 of who could actually be Zoom. So starting off at number 1 is Barry Allen. We know it's someone who we've already seen on the show because it wouldn't make sense for them to introduce a new character that we have no idea about as well. Barry Allen, it's kind of a controversial topic because in the trailer that we were given from Comic-Con, it showed Barry with blue lightning and he was running around Central City. Now, possibly the cause of this is because they're literally just telling us he is Zoom this season, but no one is actually, like, confirming or denying this. It's right in our face, and we might not see it coming. As well, in Season 1, when Barry traveled back in time to try to save his mother, we saw, whenever he opened the wormhole, we saw, like, Caitlin Snow turning into her future character, and then after we saw Barry in jail. So maybe future / Earth 2 Barry, who's in prison, is bad, and he might just be Zoom. Next, my number 2 is Henry Allen. As just said, if Barry is in prison and good turns to bad and bad turns to good, maybe Henry turns evil because his son is in prison. This is much like the Thomas Wayne becoming Batman because of Bruce's death, and except he goes down a different path. So this is very plausible, and it would kind of be heartbreaking to see Henry do it, but it's a very big possibility. Next, Earth 1 version, who wanted to stay in Central City, might have gotten kidnapped by Earth 2 version, because we saw in the first episode how Barry was able to get his father out, but the constraint was that his father didn't want to stay in Central City anymore. He just wanted to leave the Flash to do what he wanted to do. And maybe Earth 2 version came through the wormhole and just said, yeah, I don't want anything to do with you, and he is actually Zoom. So this might be a possible explanation, but no one knows yet. Also, Henry wanted to help Barry, so it doesn't make any sense. Besides, like, Henry in real life, he has TV shows and movies to shoot, but it doesn't make sense why he would just get kicked out so quickly, and there's no solid proof why this theory is not possible. Like, it's very plausible. Number 3 is Eddie Thawne. He is another interesting character because we saw him last season as a very intuitive and smart kind of cop, and he was said to have actually guest starred in a couple episodes that we're gonna see in the future in The Flash Season 2. And we know that Tony Todd is voicing Zoom right now, and Eddie, Earth 2 Eddie, could have a hatred for Barry. So possibly whenever he guest stars, could be whenever they actually unveil Zoom. So maybe he, like, guest stars once, twice, or 3 times, but every single time he doesn't have to be under the suit, he just has to show his face. So maybe at, like, episode 9, whenever that's like the mid-season, we might actually see Zoom pull off the hood or whatever, and it could be Eddie. Next, Eddie in the comics actually has references to Cobalt Blue. He is Cobalt Blue in the comics, and Cobalt Blue also has blue lightning. Now, if that doesn't strike you as odd, I don't know what does, because I just think that's a huge coincidence. So, my number 4 is Harrison Wells, and although he was already used in Season 1 as the Reverse Flash, kind of used because it was kind of like half Eobard, half Harrison Wells, but Harrison Wells played the character the entire season, I would guess that it could be him. But why would they take that same route? That's the real question. Although he was seen as the Reverse Flash, he may possibly be Zoom because it's kind of like they're bringing him back, but it's not to an extent where we don't see it coming. As well, Tom Cavanaugh is supposed to play Harrison Wells as a season regular, and he has the possibility of being in that black Zoom suit. No one knows, really. Wally West has a reverse, and this is my number 5. His reverse is called Hunter Zolomon. So pretty much, we haven't even been introduced to Wally West, therefore, I see this as being a very far-fetched idea, but Wally West, he is like, the Flash is, it's like the West family Flash, pretty much, and he's kind of a little kid, and it's his Reverse Flash, kind of like Barry had Harrison Wells, and it's far off, but it could be a possibility. I don't see it really happening because of the fact that we haven't even been introduced to Wally, therefore we're probably not going to be introduced to Hunter Zolomon as well. What we do know now is that Zoom wants to be the only speedster, and in doing so, he's trying to kill Barry and Jay Garrick. So Zoom must have a reason to why he wants to be the only speedster. And this makes some of the people that I talked about completely ridiculous. For example, why would Barry Earth 2 want to kill Barry Earth 1? But we will know, we're going to eventually find out who Zoom is, but for now, all we can assume is it's one of the following people in this video, and if I get this wrong, my bad, but this is what I think, and we will see. Keep flashing on, and I hope you guys have a great day, and tune in on Tuesday for my next episode review of The Flash. See you guys.